Just when you thought wrestling couldn't get any worse, they bring all the jobbers for the main roster and stick them on NXT, guys. Yes, it is your 30th of May edition of NXT. And, yeah, you know what? Thought the show actually kicked off alright. Of course, we're live from the Performance Centre in Orlando, Florida. We've got Vic Joseph and Booker T. We're going chanting for NXT because we're going to open with a steel cage match. And it's not only a steel cage match, it's a weaponised steel cage match between Gigi Dolan and Jessie Jane. I mean, this begs questions why this match didn't take place at the Battleground, but then again, it elevated this show. I mean, I'm not, because back in the day, like, I mean, if there was a fucking feud going, it would have ended at the pay-per-view, right? That's just the way these things go. Jessie Jane, though, attacks Gigi Dolan from behind, slams the cage door, and we get in the ring. There's kendo sticks being used. There's chairs being used. There's even leather straps being used. There was a spine buster onto a trash can that just didn't want to bend, which I thought was pretty brutal. There was a drop kick with a trash can. I got a close 2 count. The crowd start chanting for tables, which, I mean, that's what the crowd do these days, man. That's what they do. That's what the crowd do these days. But we get a bit of a brawl, more stuff. I mean, I thought it was a pretty decent match. It was nothing. I don't think it was anything spectacular about it. And then Dolan eventually smashes Jane's face into the steel, puts her hand around her throat, and choke slams her off the top. Well, I'll say off the top. Like a wee bit up the cage, but like top rope sort of level. Through a table. She goes down, she pins Jessie Jane in a very sexualised way, but who's complaining? And Gigi Dolan has defeated Jessie Jane, and that's probably going to be the end of this. We cut backstage to like Wesley's highlights for NXT Battleground. He's backstage doing an interview. And then the Diad coming, and the acting here is horrendous. They want a piece of him, and then like they do, but for some reason it's like there's an imaginary force hold, because guess what? The big jobber. Pete Dunne, not Pete Dunne, what's the other one? I can't remember what this guy's name is. The guy's been teaming up with Wesley recently. Tyler Bate, him, that bum. He comes in and he's like, if you want a piece of Wesley, you're gonna have to come through me. And then these guys are trying to like hold themselves back. Oh my god, man, fucking hell, this was bad. This was not good at all. And Wesley, like, come on, it's just absolutely shite. Then we get something good. We come back from commercial break, and we get Tony D getting photographed for his mug shots. Gallus is backstage to do a Celtic reference, which, yeah, if you know your Scottish football guys, then I'm not a fan of Celtic. But yeah, so fuck Gallus. Stacks comes in, accuses him of ratting on Tony D, which was quite funny, and he says, well, you know what, you know these words, snitches get stitches, and he starts battling Gallus 3-on-1, but eventually the number game picks up, and then officials throw Mark Coffey and Wolfgang out the arena, because it's going to be Joe Coffey against Stacks later on tonight. We go back to the ring, out comes Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams. Right, and I'm glad it looks like that's this done with Braun Breaker. Look, apparently Braun Breaker is now going to get called up to the main roster. Like, I mean, it feels about 10 years too late. Like, why wouldn't you just do it at the brand split? I don't understand. But out comes Noam Dar, right? Another Scottish person. I mean, I should probably be happy that like WWE is full of like my fellow country men and women, but I don't know. Most of them fucking suck. And Noam Dar sounds like a fucking spastic. Carmelo, you don't have what it takes to be the Scottish supernova. He talks with a lisp. He's a midget. He's got like 95 Shawn Michael chest hair. He just doesn't suit any of it, honestly. But it looks like Noam Dar and Johnny Hayes, Carmelo Hayes are going to collide tonight for the NXT title. He says to Hayes that you're low management. Like, what? This was just awful. Like, Lash Legend as well saying this. I honestly, I don't understand what's going on here. With Cora Jade backstage looking pretty hot with, and then Mal was like, where was Jade on Sunday? And then pushes her over because, of course, you know, these two beefing a wee bit, talking about how they got jobbed at And but yeah, basically the gist of this, she's tired of Cora Jade's moaning. Oh yeah. We then have the Diad taking on North American champion Wes Lee and Tyler Bate in a tag team match. Oh yeah, I care so much about this, man. I care so much. If I can get through this, then I can get through anything. Survivor Series 2009 theme song. Um, but yeah, which I didn't get. We also had Reggie backstage talking to Exeum, and it turns out Reggie was scripted this whole time. I didn't even know about this, but fucking hell, I do not want to even think about the 24/7 stuff with Reggie because it was absolutely abysmal. Make no mistake about it. But we then have our match. We've got these two teams, and then for some reason, free agent Mustafa Ali suddenly appears in the crowd, which causes fans to go. Well, it says here in the episode, it causes fans to go wild. They did not really give a fuck, you know. Honestly, he takes a seat. He's on commentary for this match, but they've got like the wrong people doing this. Like these free agent rules, like him, Baron Corbin. I believe Dolph Ziggler's even a free agent. Like free agents belong to like Stone Cold and Brock Lesnar. Those sort of people, right? Not these bums. Honestly, I didn't really get that. But eventually, Wesley and Tyler Bate win. The Diad will probably keep asking for their release. But who knows? Ali, though, runs in. He saves Wesley after the match beatdown and he sends Gacy flying. Oh, yeah. Backstage, we see Tiffany Stratton walking. Can't complain with seeing Tiffany Stratton walking. She's pretty hot. We also get a segment with Chase U students. So who knows what's going to happen here? Who knows? Because, of course, it kind of seems to be like a feud between Chase U and Gulak and Dempsey. William Regal's son, but Duke Hudson would batter them both because those two are absolute midgets. Tiffy Bration, though, is coming up next. And yeah, basically cuts a pretty decent promo here. Tiffany Stratton, she calls it the NXT's locker room so they can acknowledge her as champion, alright. Sounds a wee bit like Roman Reigns. But no one comes out, which I thought said, and then she says, but there will be a number one contender. Battle Royal next week, or was it this week? No, it was this week. But it doesn't matter who wins because she will beat them all too. Because as far as she's concerned, it's Tiffy time forever, which I thought was kind of funny. Thea Hale then comes out and starts battering her. Then Leah Falconry comes out with a drop kick. So yeah, looks like all these women are going to be battering Tiffany Stratton. They all want a piece here. Who wouldn't though? Trick Williams is backstage on the phone. He says someone that he and Carmella will be there to celebrate later on. Who could this be? Who knows? Who knows? But Noam Dar is seen warming up. I mean, realistically, why are we even like led to believe here that Noam Dar is going to do anything? Noam Dar's a bum. Never done anything in his life. And then we see like how this mystery woman has been attacking people recently, and we're wondering who it is, and it turns out it's Blair Davenport. Do not rate her. It's like the most Poundland version of Paige you'll ever get, and she's not even hot. I say she's not even hot. I mean, I'd actually go as far as saying she's a bit fucking ugly, if I'm being honest. Like, oh, that's a wee bit too far. No, I don't know, there's just nothing about her. I mean, in the thumbnail for this video, she looks like a fucking man with a massive chin. She looks like Buzz Lightyear, and I'm supposed to take this serious? Come on, guys. Come on. We then have Joe Coffey taking on Chan Stacks Lorenzo. Coffey does his Glasgow send-off. He wins. I wanted Stacks to win, so I'm kind of a bit furious about this. We see last week some serious anger management with Mr. Stone and Von Wagner, so who knows what's going to happen here. Of course, Von Wagner is a free agent as well, but who actually knows what's going to happen here? We get a video package between Alai Dragunov and D-Jack. And yeah, Dragunov will be back on NXT next week. Who knows what's going to happen? That was a decent wee match at the pay-per-view. We have Cora Jade versus Ivy Nile. Oh yeah, Cora Jade wins, which is absolutely the right decision. Ivy Nile is just an absolute jabroni, if we're being honest. Then we get a big match. We get the main event. We get Noam Dar walking backstage with his crew. Carmelo Hayes heading out there. These two have a match. I'm just not a fan, right? I'm really not a fan of Noam Dar. Carmelo Hayes wins, brilliant. Carmelo Hayes is celebrating, and then a free agent appears. Who is it? Is it Stone Cold Steve Austin? No, it's Baron Corbin. He hits the end of days. Oh my god. Baron Corbin is on NXT, folks, and like I actually don't mind watching NXT. I think for most of the time it has like enjoyable segments. I'm not really that bothered about the wrestling, but it seems out of the shows that we watch here during the week, NXT's definitely got the best segments. But Baron Corbin, I mean, I can accept Mustafa Ali, but Baron Corbin is one step too far. And yeah, I mean, this show was alright up until Baron Corbin, man. What are they doing? Honestly, fucking just release the guy. The guy's garbage. The guy gives you fucking go away heat, change the channel heat, X Pac heat, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, troops, I'm going to give us NXT a 3 out of 10, but Baron Corbin, mate, you suck.